This year, we are delighted to honor another champion of peace for her dedicated work to help refugees. Adil Qasim Hussein Al-Qaib from Baghdad made a tremendous difference to the lives of refugees, especially children that have been displaced as a result of conflicts. Adil was, in fact, a refugee herself when her family fled to Syria when the Iraq war started in 2003. They stayed there for 1 year, and while living as a refugee in Syria, she experienced firsthand how children fleeing from their homes needed special care and attention. This moved her to help other children, in particular to support Syrian children, as Syrian helped her family and other Iraqi refugees during the Iraq conflict. On returning to Iraq, Adil decided to leave home and live in dangerous and inhospitable refugee camps in the extreme temperatures to serve in the field of child protection. Adil was the first woman to work in the refugee camp near Al-Aqim, in harsh climate of the Iraqi desert. The children live in dire conditions, in dilapidated tents due to the bad weather, and many are contaminated to a degree where children get respiratory diseases from living in them. The children have faced abuse, torture, sexual violence, beating and threats. Many have also lost their entire families in the war. They are in desperate need for psychological and social support. Adil has worked tirelessly to provide children with hope and a small but vital degree of security. Adil worked in Al-Qaim area close to the Iraqi-Syrian border to support and assist children during the terrible conflict and who had witnessed the horrors of war. She has also worked in Erbil to alleviate the sufferings of Kurdish refugee children. During December 2015, Adil has been working with displaced people in Baghdad, again to do what she can to help them. Adil could have chosen a life of relative comfort, but her own suffering has led her to devote her life to help others, and for her devotion, service and compassion, we are delighted to honor her tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Adil Qasim Hussein Al-Qaib.
We would like to invite Adil to come and say a few words. Adil Qasim Hussein.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the worldwide head of Ahmadiyya Muslim community, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmed, for this wonderful award and for inviting me to this event today. I am honored, and for I did not think anyone would know about me and my small condition. I am from Iraq, why I do my best to help children who have suffered terribly and need protection. I have been working in field of child protection for many years because I believe we must do everything we can to support children's rights and improve their lives, because this their right to survive and thrive in spite of all conflicts and disputes in Syrian and Iraqi refugees. And Iraqi, which led displacement of millions of people fleeing their home, their school for unrest. Life is very difficult in refugee camps and is difficult to imagine. People cannot get to basic needs such as food, shelter, health, and education. We are human, we are equal, and these children are all shared responsibility. These voices need to be heard, and their right to live dignity with their beloved once most respected. It's heartbreaking to see children honored or have lost their family members. They must know that we all try to help them. I, like many others refugee workers, do what we can in very difficult conditions. There are problems, third and one hour, but I reminded to go on with my job. Through many people did not know motivation and attachment to my work. I don't know how happy it makes me to see children smile when they see that they can come to child-friendly space and play with other praise. It was really relief for me to hear the voices of their laughter even when the people around them were not helping. It was a great experience for me, and for only few people can feel the difference how went through this situation. They are children, so should enjoy happy childhood. The majority of children felt when they were attending to the child-friendly space, so people one could know that through their drawing about tanks and military aircraft. But I worked to change that thinking, and after a few months, starting to draw beautiful things like being teacher or even humanitarian worker to assess conflicts on perfect families. I want to say about Iraq a few situations for displacement people and Syrian refugees living in Iraq. Around 10 million people are in need of humanitarian assistance and protection in Iraq. 3.2 million people are internally displaced. In addition, Iraq hosts around 250,000 Syrian refugees. They are all fleeing from violence and conflict and have the right to seek safety and protection. All I ask is that all parties to the conflict must ensure that displaced people can move fairly in order to access life-saving humanitarian assistance and protection. Syrian refugees face hard issues when they try to travel to Europe to live a better life. They are available to death while passing all the dangerous routes Europe. It is a horrible choice to stay and survive in all zone or to leave to take dangerous journey. With later but hope I pray this conflict ends soon. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for listening to me, and I praise the wonderful work with Ahmadiyya Muslim community is doing to help this suffering. I thank again His Holiness for this award, and I hope that all of us can do more to end this conflict and end the suffering, especially of all children. They are all future. Thank you.
Thank you, Hadil, who has travelled all the way from Baghdad to be with us this evening.